Hey everyone, so today you're going to be completing a mid-unit formative to assess and see how you are currently doing with the content. Here are the instructions. Complete the following formative to assess your current level of mastery. Like the summative, clearly show all your work in your notebook, which you will upload afterwards. You may use a calculator and your notes, but no other resources. The answer key will be shown after you complete each question. In your notebook, be sure to make corrections using a different color pencil. At the top, as I always ask, write the word corrections in the color that you will be using. These questions are similar in structure to what you will expect on the end of unit summative, so make sure you take your time and you work through these with care. So there are 8 questions in total. Some will take you less time, some will take you more time. I've given you a general idea of what I think it should take you, but if it takes you longer or shorter, don't see that as a bad thing. I'm trying to gauge this myself as well. You will be uploading your notes. That's going to be important so I can see the work, because you might be told that your answer is incorrect, but it might be a tiny, tiny thing. And so I need to see that. So if I need to give you more support, I will make sure that you get that. Here's question 1. You have a trapezoid, and I ask you to find the missing measurement, the question mark, that allows the shape to have an area of 33 yards squared. So you're looking for the height that would then result in this area. Go ahead. So you will see all of the questions will follow this format where I will label, so 1, 2, 3, 4, the steps that I'm doing. They're not the only way to do this. You might have thought of a different way of still getting to the answer. So as long as you got to h equals 6 and you showed your work, that is okay. I started by thinking about the area formula, because that's the information that connects all of it. I knew that the area was 33, so I substituted that in. I knew both base measurements, so I plugged those in. I then realized that I could simplify that, because 8.1 plus 2.9 is 11. I can do that. So then all of a sudden, I was left with this relationship. So I thought to myself, okay, I just have an equation. I can solve it using inverse operations. So that's what I did. I undid the division. I then undid the multiplication. And I was left with the fact that if the height is 6, this trapezoid will have an area of 33 yards squared. One thing I forgot is yards. Don't forget your units. Okay. You have a few problems of this nature. Here's problem 2. Go ahead. I used a similar structure for problem 2. You might just know the area of a rectangle very quickly and realize that you can just divide 37.4 by 11. If you did that, that's fine. Just make sure that work is shown. Don't forget to be making corrections in a different color just in case. Problem 3. Here's problem 3. We have a parallelogram. Here's the answer to problem 3. Now, if you had gotten, say, 7.424242, the reason you got that was you used the wrong measurements. Area is base, here's my base, times height. This represents my height, and I know that because of that right angle right there. If I wanted to find the perimeter, well, then I have to use this measurement and this measurement. But otherwise, for area, I'm using the height always. So in a rectangle, it is the side. In this case, it wasn't. Question 4, find the area of the following composite shape. Please use 3.14 for pi. So this is 2 rectangles that are attached to a quarter of a circle. Make sure you show all work, because one little thing wrong might make you get the area wrong, but then if I look at your work, it might be one small thing. Go ahead. Here's the answer to problem 4. Now I've color-coded it and labeled it. So I have my rectangle A, which was 3 by 5. Now you don't have to do B. You could realize that the rectangle B is the same as A and just do 15 times 2. C, I reminded myself that the area of a circle is radius squared times pi, and the radius is 3, so it's 3 squared times pi, but it's only a quarter of a circle, so I have to divide by 4, so I got 7.065. Then I added those 3 up to get the full area. Remember to make corrections if you need to. You are now going to find the perimeter of this shape. Both this and this are semicircles. Then you have a rectangle in the middle, so find the perimeter. Go ahead. I'm sticking with the color coding. Notice that for the rectangle, I only have the 2 sides because perimeter is the outside, so I just need the 25 plus 25. Now the 2 semicircles create 1 circle, so I don't have to divide by 2 and then find 2 separate ones. I can just find 1. I reminded myself that circumference is 2 multiplied by the radius pi, also known as diameter pi. I have the diameter, which is 15. So 15 times pi, again using 3.14, is 47.1. I put those together and I got 97.1 yards. That's problem 5. Okay, problem 6, describe in 3 to 5 sentences how you would find the area of the shaded region. Notice I'm not asking you to actually do it. Just describe how you would accomplish this task. Go ahead. So I use 4 sentences. Yours don't have to be exactly in the same order, but look at this for a general idea. So I would start by finding the area of the square using the side length of 10. Since I have 2 semicircles, it is the same as 1 circle. I will find the area of that circle using the radius 5. Since the radius is half, I spelled half wrong, the full distance. Because if the full is 10, from here to here, which is the radius, it's 5, and then another 5. I will then subtract the area of the circle from the area of the square. I have the area of the shaded region. That's problem 6. Here's problem 7. Find the surface area of the following rectangular prism. So I drew a net to help me. You don't have to draw a net. I labeled as I see, there are 2 sides that always match up. And so as you can see over here, I kept on multiplying by 2 because it was the area of 1, but there were 2 of them. So I multiplied by 2. I then found the area of each of those and added it up to get 184 inches squared is the surface area of this rectangular prism. Last question. Create a rectangular prism that has a volume of 120 meters cubed. There's infinite possibilities. I look forward to seeing what you create. While there are infinite possibilities, here are 2, because as a reminder, the volume is the area of the base multiplied by the height of the prism. And in this case, the area of the base over here is 3 by 4, so that's 12 meters squared. And I multiplied it by 10 to get 120. Over here, the area of the base is 30 meters squared, and then I multiplied it by 4 again to get 120. So there's multiple answers to this problem. If you feel uncertain about any of these questions, make sure that you reach out to me, make sure that you've made corrections on all of them, and make sure you upload your work so I can see how you did on this assignment. Bye.